is I think that there is a technique that one, I am 99% sure you are not doing, and then two, that if you were to start doing it, it would actually help you on your accent journey, your pronunciation journey, your language journey, or honestly just education journey. Because even if you're learning other things, this is something that I think will be helpful for you. That is recording yourself, and I'm not just talking audio, I'm talking video. If you are watching this, there's a chance you're even watching this on your phone. You have the ability to capture video, and by not doing that, you're missing out on a couple of key things that I want to go over with you today. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to your daily American English pronunciation show, which is Wake Up American. We are here Monday through Friday, typically between the hours of 7 to 8 a.m. New York, to make sure that you can get in your 5 to 10 minutes of pronunciation practice for the day, because that's what it takes. If you are serious about this language learning journey, then that's what you gotta do. You gotta show up for yourself. And I try to help you out by showing up for you. My name is Jeff. It rhymes with breath. That is one of the four keys to a natural sound in American English, including placement, pitch, breath. Trying to weaken your consonant sounds in order to strengthen your vowel sounds. And today we're talking about some of the advantages of video that you may or may not be using in your own life. Okay, so the very first thing that I think that getting more comfortable with video is going to help you with is the very first thing is I think it's going to help you feel more confident about yourself. Yeah, sorry, I hadn't used this mic in a little while, so it's not quite in the right position. And so, one of the things is that when you first record yourself, whether audio or video, I can promise you what's going to happen is you're not going to like it. You're not going to like it because you're not going to like looking at yourself, or you're not going to like hearing yourself, or whatever it may be. Okay. And that's going to be true. I can tell you, as someone who has a YouTube channel, what's up, Cameron? Yeah. That you can see my earlier videos. They're not very good videos. The content's okay, but the videos themselves not the best. But that's okay because you're just not used to seeing yourself and hearing yourself the way other people do. You know, when you talk, you're talking through your skull. So the sound has a lot of place to vibrate. It sounds warmer to you. It sounds richer to you. It sounds more pleasant to you. And when you don't have that, when you see or hear a recording of yourself, it's not there. So it takes getting used to because you have a perception of yourself because most likely you are a couple or several decades old. So we had to kind of break that and get used to how we actually look and sound. But once you do that, then you can start really noticing some of the things that you do that are maybe causing you to sound less natural, or some movements that are maybe changing the way people interact with you, and then you can make some adjustments. So it's a big thing. What's up to Ganchi? And by the way, what's up also to Ali? Thank you guys for being with us. These are big things, you know, and once you can identify your tendencies, then you can create change. Because otherwise, this is part of the reason why I have a group coaching program. I have a Telegram group where people can send in recordings of themselves. Part of the reason why I do these things is because I want students to have opportunities to make this sort of analysis, okay, to get deep into it and see what they're actually doing. Okay. So that's the very first thing I was encourage you to do videos for. Okay, it actually is going to lower your confidence at first, most likely, but then after that, you're going to get much more comfortable with yourself. Gotcha. Mentioned that as a problem when we record videos ourselves, 100%. 100%. Everyone goes through it. Okay. If you still feel that nervousness or that awkwardness or that dislike, it just means you haven't made enough. Okay. This also leads into the second point, which I already mentioned, is you start to see mistakes. So our group coaching program, we meet every day, multiple times. The most valuable part is not the class. And in fact, if you have a teacher, maybe you have a teacher, you're in a classroom, the most valuable information doesn't come when you're in the classroom. It comes afterwards. All of it comes afterwards. What's up also to Mohammed? The reason it comes afterwards is because then you can practice it. And if you don't have a recording, or if you don't have a replay, it's really hard to practice it because you're not there. So all of our group classes are saved. You probably have seen that if you're on the YouTube homepage. You see like those membership videos. Those are the recordings of the group classes. So then our members can see that and replay them. And the reason that's important, because what happens in class all the time is I say something, a student tries to copy it, I tell them, hey, we need to make an adjustment. they tell me they don't hear the difference. But then what magically happens when you have the replay is you start to hear the difference. Like, oh, now I can understand what Jeff said this. I said this. There was a difference. If you didn't have the recording, if you didn't have the replay, if you didn't have the audio, if you didn't have the video, it'd be very difficult to do that noticing. Okay, so this is the very second thing that makes video really important. Improves your confidence, but also just helps you to understand what your mistakes actually are, so then you can create real change. Okay. The third reason, and this is a big reason why I recommend doing a video recording and not purely an audio recording, is it helps you analyze body language. Each of us comes from different cultures. Each culture has its own system of body language cues. And if you are trying to communicate in a second language, your communication will be much easier if you can pick up the body language cues of the culture you're entering. It's going to make your whole life much easier. And so one way you can do that is through sorry, a little bit of lag spike there. So one of the ways that you can do that, that you can enter into the second language and understand the body cues and things like that, is through video, because then you can kind of look at yourself as you're talking and see, hey, I know that, or I noticed that native speakers are doing this sort of gesture. Maybe I can try practicing using this gesture in my own speech when I make this point. You can even, for instance, take like a movie scene or something like that. Try to not only say the lines that the actors say, but also try to do the facial expressions that the actors are using, or the intonation, in addition to the intonation cues in the speech, and the pitch patterns and things like that. It's just another thing, because one of the things that we see over and over again is that when we are able to incorporate our bodies into the thing that we're doing, camera's going wild today. It's going rogue. When we're able to do that, we are actually able to change how we sound. So like if I talk just kind of like a very straight face, not really incorporating my body at all, I do not speak the same way than when I start using my hands and my shoulders and my facial expressions and things like that. So this is a really key component. Video helps you to do that. And then the very last thing I will say, as I try to focus, is there we go. Hi. Okay. More or less there. The last thing is that you may look at lots of different channels for language learning, which is great. Some of those channels may not even be, from native speakers. They may be from second language learners who have reached a high capacity of English and are teaching others. So what I'm saying for you is you've learned things about English as well. By creating your own videos, you're giving yourself something that you can use as a tool to help other people in their own language journey by doing things like sharing your own videos on social media, creating your own profiles. You don't have to just keep it for yourself. There's other people that may be able to learn from the things that you've learned. So just one final thing there. What's up to Emmanuel checking in? All right, guys, I do have to run, but hey, I would love it if you guys started approaching language learning or just learning in general. Even if you're learning a different field, it doesn't have to be languages, but whatever you're learning, record yourself kind of talking about teaching it. You're going to understand it so much better, I promise you. If you do have language learning videos, again, a reminder that we are looking for video files to analyze. So if you create a video of yourself saying a couple things in English and you send them to me, I'll be happy to take a look at them in a future episode on the channel. It's just a note, that's a little challenge for you guys. I'll see you all later. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. There's a lot of pronunciation resources out there, so the fact you are here with me for a few minutes in your day is greatly appreciated. I will see you all later. I hope you have a good day, have a good night, and a good afternoon. Take care.